ਇਹ ਧਾਰਮਿਕ ਸੈਗਮੈਂਟ ਕੋਕਟਲਮ ਸਥਿਤ ਬਾਂਕੇ ਇਨਵੈਸਟਮੈਂਟ ਲਿਮਟਿਡ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਸਪਾਂਸਰਡ ਹੈ 604 931 3331 Once again, welcome back to the program. We have started a series with Dr. Harbans Kandola in which we talk in English. And ਸਾਡਾ ਇਹੀ ਫੋਕਸ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਨੌਨ ਸਿੱਖਸ ਨੂੰ ਤੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸ ਸਕੀਏ ਕਿ ਬੇਸਿਕਲੀ ਸਿਧਾਂਤ ਕੀ ਹੈ ਸਾਡਾ। ਸਿੱਖ ਧਰਮ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਇੱਕ ਸਾਇੰਟੀਫਿਕ ਰਿਲੀਜਨ ਹੈ, ਪਰ ਕੀ ਉਹ ਸਾਇੰਸ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਇੱਕ ਪੱਖ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਅੱਗੇ ਉਜਾਗਰ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ, ਦੂਸਰੇ ਪਾਸੇ ਕੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਜੋੜ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ, ਸਿੱਖੀ ਅਸਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈ ਕੀ ਹੈ, ਜਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਉਸੇ ਹੀ ਇੱਕ ਚਾਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਫਸ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਹਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕਿ ਬਾਕੀ ਧਰਮਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਅੱਗੇ ਫਾਰਵਰਡ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ। ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਮੁੱਖ ਰੱਖ ਕੇ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਮਨ ਤੋਂ ਜੋਤ ਸਰੂਪ ਹੈ ਆਪਣਾ ਮੂਲ ਪਹਿਚਾਨ, ਕਿ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਮੂਲ ਨੂੰ ਪਹਿਚਾਨਣਾ ਹੈ। ਉਹ ਸਵਾਲ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਮਨਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਨ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਐਡਰੈਸ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਘਰਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਾਰ-ਬਾਰ ਡਿਸਕਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਰੱਬ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਆਪਣੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨੇ, ਆਪਣੀ ਹੋਂਦ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨੇ ਹਾਂ, ਪਰ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਆਨਸਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਸਾਡੇ ਧਾਰਮਿਕ ਸਥਾਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਿਲ ਰਿਹਾ। ਆਓ ਇਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੁੜ ਤੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਜੋੜਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਸੀਰੀਜ਼ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੇ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਹਰਬੰਸ ਸਿੰਘ ਕੰਡੋਲਾ ਤੋਂ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਮਿਥਸ ਕ੍ਰੀਏਟ ਕੀਤੇ ਗਏ ਨੇ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਇਸ 'ਚੋਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਨਿਕਲਣਾ ਹੈ, ਕਿਵੇਂ ਉਸ ਇਗਨੋਰੈਂਸ ਨੂੰ ਖਤਮ ਕਰਕੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਨਲਾਈਟਮੈਂਟ ਲਿਆਉਣੀ ਹੈ। ਸਵਾਗਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਹਰਬੰਸ ਸਿੰਘ ਕੰਡੋਲਾ ਦਾ। ਜੀ ਆਨੰਦ ਜੀ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਜੀ।
Harbans, in the last episode, we are discussing that how the inadequate understanding, confusion about the concept of God has resulted the humans created the supernatural external power.
Right.
And we are worshipping that supernatural God or power that can do anything and everything for us.
Right.
And that's the mythology. And we also talked about that, even though Guru Nanak Padshah's God is a Shabd Guru, but what we hear in the Gurdwaras, the preachers present even the God of Guru Nanak the same way.
Right.
The same
concept,
yes,
absolutely.
Same way. And see, this is what you raised, that once we understand, we will talk about that in very detail in several episodes. Once we understand the concept of God, or the society understand, we will walk away from all these.
Absolutely.
But we need to understand that. What we need to present that we need to talk about.
Very
that.
true.
I believe that the concept of God is the foundation, as we discussed, Harpreet, is religious philosophy, spiritual doctrine of every faith. Now, the concept God we just discussed in the past 2 episodes, and we need to talk about what is its spiritual value. We discussed the concept of that, which has been created by humans, and what is its spiritual value to the society today. We need to talk about that. And we need to talk about what is its relevance to our daily life.
Right.
We need to talk about
Absolutely.
that. How does this guide us to become a good human? We would like to discuss the concept of God from this angle. Now, what is this relevance?
Right.
How does it guide us to become Satyara? And I would stay away from God is delusion, God is dead, the end of religion. And we will discuss its relevance from a practical point of view.
Right.
Now, when we say, Harpreet, the God is external, God is a sky God, God is outside this humanity, that is why today humans are seeking safety, security, protection, salvation, peace, and happiness. Humans look upward, outward,
right,
for that peace, happiness. All humans are looking upward, fixing the outer world. All humans are looking at fixing the outer world for meaning and purpose. We are looking at external deity,
right,
which is outside of this. We never looked inward.
Inside.
Because of that belief system, humans never looked inward, and never looked into inner transformation, fixing the inner world. We never made that shift.
Right.
And that is why society today is facing stress, depression, worries, anxiety, pain, and suffering. And we discussed what is happening. This is where we need to make that shift from outward to inward. Because of the God is external, we look in that. When we need that God is inward, God is within, we will make that shift. The mythology, this belief system, I would say strongly, that this mythological belief system has robbed human the life here and now. It's robbed human the life here and now. When the God is external,
Right.
the belief system is this, that fairness and unfairness will be exercised, carried out after death.
Right.
This is the belief. Because
Yeah.
of that belief system,
Right.
ideas, those ideas had nothing to do with life after death. Those ideas have everything to do with controlling human behavior and here and now.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It originated with the concept of God.
Yeah.
But those ideas have nothing to do with life. It's all about
Right now.
controlling behavior.
How to
here
make your
and
life
now.
better now.
In fact, organized religion exported, this is a very sad story of the human race. The organized religion exported the challenges and problems of life here and now to the external God. Supernatural power, external, rather than dealing with the problems here.
Themselves, yeah.
We exported, God will take care of.
Right.
The belief system. The external, God will take care of the problems of the human society today. For example, when a child is born very poor family, and it's a punishment of the last karma,
Right.
last life's karma. Guru Nanak talks about, interestingly, Harpaji, when I was discussing about this subject, I come to know, and it came to my mind, Babur Bani, but Guru Nanak Pacha talks about the same belief system.
Right.
Where when Babur invaded Ahmedabad, 1521, Guru Nanak was there. They talk about in Gurbani, there are many shabds, right?
Ji.
And Guru Nanak talk, the priest there, they pray to God that the God will protect them.
Right.
And that they will use miracles to blind the army of
The
Babur.
Mughals, yeah.
And nothing, do you know what
Nothing
happened?
happened, yeah.
Desecrated.
Absolutely.
They killed me in it. That's where Guru Nanak Pacha is saying, Koi Mughal na hua anda ke nahi na parcha paya.
Theek.
This is Guru Pacha is saying that your prayers didn't happen.
not make
no
anyone blind.
miracles.
Yeah.
No miracles happened, and it was your wrong mythical belief system. The organized religion created thousands of, because of that, created thousands of worthless practices, used as rituals, superstitious belief to police that external deity.
Right.
There are thousands of religions.
Oh, yes.
The more they create, more to please that external deity. And a spiritual awakening, divine wisdom, be a virtuous person, and a person that was never the agenda. That is not the agenda of organized religion. We talk about that. More religious practices are for outer world, for power, for status, for fame. And that's the whole effort, because of that belief system, the whole effort of the human race is external,
That's right.
outward.
Yeah.
What we do, what we see in Sikh religion, we see prayer, we see everything for business success.
Oh, yeah.
We witness that, and we see victory in election, win in a court case, gift of son, perform miracles, cure our diseases. And these are the prayers: protection from hurricane, request for rainfall whenever there's drought, hundreds of such external demands human race is making. And no effort, because the misunderstanding of the concept of God,
Right.
no effort is how to be a good human being, because internal, and how to find my true self, and how to find meaning of life, how to live a truthful. That is not the agenda. That is not the focus of religion, organized religion. What is being preached out everywhere. This is going on for thousands of years, and every religious faith, and it's going on even today.
Yeah.
Everywhere it's going on. And it's still going on, RPG, in every religion. And as I mentioned, that we see even more fundamentalism, we see more atheism. And instead of moving forward from religious point of view to find spiritual path that embraces logic, embraces reason, embraces science. We are moving rather backward, creating more worthless rituals and worthless religious practices.
Right.
Abhijit, here you raise that point that why the organized religion is not moving away from mythical things.
Why is it ingrained in our minds? Absolutely, that's the point which everybody is keen to know, that why they have such a hard grip on our thoughts, we are not being able to come out of it. We'll talk about this after this short break.
Thank you.
ਵੈਲਕਮ ਟੂ ਹੇਅਰ ਮੋਟਰਸ। ਮੈਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਸੱਦਾ ਦਿੰਦਾ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਆਣ ਕੇ ਸਾਡਾ ਨਵਾਂ ਸ਼ੋਰੂਮ ਦੇਖੋ। ਸਾਡੇ ਸ਼ੋਰੂਮ ਅਰਗਾ ਸ਼ੋਰੂਮ ਇੱਥੇ ਇੰਡਸਟਰੀ ਕੋ ਕਿਸੇ ਕੋ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂਗਾ। ਇਹ ਇੰਨਾ ਵਧੀਆ ਸ਼ੋਰੂਮ ਆ ਕਿ ਦੇਖਣ ਵਾਲਾ ਆ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਣ ਕੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਜੇ ਕੋਈ ਫਾਈਨਾਂਸ ਦੀ ਸਲਾਹ ਲੈਣੀ ਆ ਜਾਂ ਫਾਈਨਾਂਸ ਕਰਨਾ, ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਆਓ। ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਵਾਅਦਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਪੇਮੈਂਟ ਘੱਟ ਬਣਾ ਕੇ ਵਧੀਆ ਰੇਟ ਲੈ ਕੇ 1 ਘੰਟੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪ੍ਰੂਵ ਕਰਕੇ ਗੱਡੀ ਦੇ ਕੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਘਰ ਭੇਜਾਂਗੇ।
ਇਹ ਧਾਰਮਿਕ ਸੈਗਮੈਂਟ ਕੋਕਿਟਲਮ ਸਥਿਤ ਬਾਂਕੇ ਇਨਵੈਸਟਮੈਂਟ ਲਿਮਟਿਡ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਸਪਾਂਸਰਡ ਹੈ। 604 931 3331। ਸੋ ਕੀ ਕਾਰਨ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਸੋਚ ਦੀ ਪਕੜ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ, ਜਿਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਆਊਟਵਰਡ ਗੋਡ ਨੂੰ ਹੀ ਪ੍ਰਚਾਰਿਆ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, ਪ੍ਰੇਰਿਆ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਿ ਉਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਿਸ਼ਵਾਸ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਵੇ। ਮਿਥਸ, ਉਹ ਫਿਕਸ਼ਨਸ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਕਿਉਂ ਸਾਡੇ 'ਤੇ ਨੂੰ ਭਾਰੂ ਨੇ ਅਤੇ ਕਿਉਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਜ਼ਹਿਨ 'ਚੋਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੱਢ ਸਕਦੇ? ਔਰ ਇਸ ਬਾਰੇ ਕੁਝ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲੈਣੇ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਹਰਬੰਸ ਸਿੰਘ ਕੰਡੋਲਾ ਤੋਂ। ਜੀ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ।
Harbans, as we talked about, that intellectually humans have landed on the moon,
right.
But as far as religion is concerned, we are living in primitive ways and in the first century. The human intellect and knowledge, as I say, has taken us to them. Why is the human race, we are stuck in the ancient primitive ways? It comes to religious awakening. The most important reason, RPG, is this. It is the attachment to fundamentalist ideology. We talked in one of our previous episodes how we are attached to forms.
Right.
And that becomes our identity. That is ego. So here is the same thing. Those believers are so attached to the fundamental ideology, that is called religious ego. That is not truth. That is a religious ego.
Right.
And they are completely identified with the ideology, belief system, and this is their identity.
All right.
So whenever you talk about change, they think this is challenge to our very existence.
Institutions, absolutely.
It's the challenge to our
Right.
very existence. They are completely identified. To change is a threat to their very existence, and they would do anything to survive.
Right.
They would do anything to survive. The ego doesn't want to die. They believe what they believe, no matter what evidence you offer.
That's very true, and that's interesting part, that whenever more talk about liberating yourself from these thoughts come, the media is flooded with such news, whereas we find some miracle happening inside the Gurdwara or even at a temple, something has happened, and the people's attention is diverted.
They are the part of that.
That's very true.
And the ideology and belief system is so ingrained, so cemented. Abhijit, recently was an Amritari couple, and a scholar on the TV explained that in Gurbani, Guru Nanak did not believe any miracles.
Yeah.
Miracles don't happen. You know what they said? This guy is insulting our gurus. The guy is insulting our gurus.
Right.
Gurus could do anything.
Right.
And this is belittling the gurus. And this is the belief system.
Right.
This is how people are completely stuck.
And that is the concept of sin also then comes forward, that if you challenge, you will fear the wrath of the God, and you will be, having that sin factor comes forward.
But those, I think, here maybe we can talk about a minute. I don't think those people believe that ideology, people who are stuck there,
Right.
they are not going to change. They're not going to change. If you say, like religions, that no, God is not external, God is internal, they're not going to change.
Right.
But over time, people are going to continue walking away.
Absolutely.
They will find a new meaning.
Right.
They will find their own religious philosophy. They will find own meaning of life.
Right.
But walk away from that, there'll be empty churches, mosques, and gurdwaras.
Very true.
But they are not going to. The core people are not going to change.
That's very true.
But the scientific advances, the technological advances, have shattered many mythical beliefs of religious fundamentalism.
That's right.
We see that.
Oh, yes.
It happened historically, and reasoned and logical experiences have awakened humanity, is awakening humanity of religious practices as used as rituals, and at 21st century youth are no longer ready to seek purpose and meaning in the supernatural external deity. The youth of today,
Oh, yes.
they are not
ready to listen to that.
believe in heaven and hell,
Yeah.
and find the meaning in the supernatural external deity. Do not believe in hell and heaven. We are coming to the world of reality, that supernatural external being we worship. That is the reality from scientific advances, technological and logical experiences of the people. Now we're coming to the point that the supernatural being we worship
Yeah.
does not answer of every prayer.
Right.
Logically, what is in your head has nothing to do with the external.
Right.
Now, people are finding that. We had the belief system, but people are finding that that is not happening. We will talk about what the meaning of prayer. Yes, God answered prayer, but what prayer?
What kind of praise? Yeah,
What
absolutely.
kind of prayer?
Right.
We'll talk about that. Now people are finding that God does not protect from hurricane. We know that.
Oh, yes.
But how the hurricane originate, people are finding that.
Right.
And people are finding that it does not cure our diseases. I had a first-hand experience of a relative, did everything, but laws of nature, it's the
Oh,
laws
yes.
of nature.
Yeah.
And does not protect innocent a child from dying. We expected that supernatural God
Will
will
save.
protect a child, innocent. Why would an innocent child die? But we don't know the
Right.
concept. And we expected the God to do those. God, we find that God did not create universe. We will talk about that, and not omnipotent, does not perform miracles in violation of the laws of nature.
Right.
People are finding that, and give victory in the election, save nation, give you a gift of sun, bring rain on the prayers, and people are really finding all that. The 1,000 years the human society has put faith in those supernatural God, but these things are not happening.
Very
The
true.
reality is coming. People are
Absolutely.
not coming to that reality.
Right.
Religion has been, a lot of people, Harbiji said that in the past or today, the religion has been locked into a corner by its refusing to find a Bible alternate of the concept of supernatural,
Right.
concept of God. That's where they are stuck in there, and they are not ready to move away from that.
Yeah.
And historically, many philosophers, RPG theologians, as I suggested, Bible, logical, relevant and practical concept of God. In the past, the theologian and the philosopher,
Oh, yes.
they did suggest that, but they were labeled like atheists.
Oh,
some
yeah.
were jailed, some
Absolutely.
were
Killed.
kind of killed them,
Yeah.
because threatened to their existence.
Truth is always bitter.
Exactly. Now, in light of all the discussion we had, that we will discuss in detail the concept of God of Guru Nanak.
Right.
We will discuss the spiritual philosophy, but we will discuss it beyond supernatural being.
Right.
We will discuss it beyond heaven and hell, beyond life after death beliefs, which Guru Nanak believed none of these.
Right.
Guru Nanak did not believe in Guru Nanak rejected the idea of supernatural, heaven and hell, life after death, refuted being, hell and heaven, reincarnation. Guru Nanak Pacha rejected those. Keep in mind that organized religion believe in practicing all these things.
Right.
Today, they are practicing. Guru Nanak Harpreet ji strongly believe that role of spiritual God religion is how to be a good human being.
Absolutely, and what was rejected by the gurus is now being accepted by us, and it is being kind of implemented in our places of worship. Gurus rejected all that, and we are just following that, forgetting what the gurus had said. And what is the philosophy of Guru Nanak Dev Ji? We'll continue in our next episode.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for this perspective.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ
ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਇਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜੀ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਸਮਾਪਤੀ। ਫੀਡਬੈਕ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਦੇਣਾ, ਤੇ ਜੇਕਰ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਵੀ ਕੋਈ ਸਵਾਲ ਹੋਏ ਤਾਂ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਕਰਨਾ 6046037555 ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਡਾਇਰੈਕਟਲੀ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਹਰਬੰਸ ਸਿੰਘ ਕੰਡੋਲਾ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੋਏ ਤਾਂ 6048391308 ਤੇ ਫੋਨ ਵੀ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਧੰਨਵਾਦੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਸਪਾਂਸਰ ਦੇ ਐਡਵਰਟਾਈਜ਼ਰਸ ਦੇ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਬਦੌਲਤ ਇਹ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੱਕ ਪਹੁੰਚਦੇ ਨੇ। ਸਾਨੂੰ 5.5 ਸਾਲ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਨੇ ਜਿਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਨੂੰ ਹਰ ਰੋਜ਼ ਚਲਾਉਂਦੇ ਹੋਏ, ਤਾਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਬੜਾ ਮਾਣ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਉੱਤਰੀ ਅਮਰੀਕਾ ਦਾ ਇਕੱਲਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਹੈ ਜਿਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿ ਹਰ ਰੋਜ਼ ਸਪਿਰਿਚੁਅਲਿਟੀ ਬਾਰੇ ਡਿਸਕਸ਼ਨ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਤੇ ਖਾਸ ਤੌਰ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਫੋਕਸ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਰੋਜ਼ਮਰਾ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਇਹ ਥਾਟ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਜੀਵਨ ਦਾ ਆਧਾਰ ਬਣਾਈਏ। ਜਿੱਥੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ, ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਨੂੰ ਅੱਗੇ ਚਲਾਉਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ ਥਰੂ ਸਪਾਂਸਰਸ਼ਿਪ ਜਾਂ ਐਡਵਰਟਾਈਜ਼ਮੈਂਟਸ। ਇਸ ਬਾਰੇ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲੈਣੀ ਹੋਏ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ 6046037555 ਤੇ ਫੋਨ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਖਾਸ ਤੌਰ 'ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਧੰਨਵਾਦੀ ਹਾਂ ਬਜ਼ੁਰਗਾਂ ਦਾ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਫੋਨ ਕਾਲਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ। ਸੋ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਉਸ ਪੱਖ ਤੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਨਹੀਂ, ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਆਸ਼ੀਰਵਾਦ ਹੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਨੇ। ਪਰ ਜੇਕਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਛੋਟੀ ਮੋਟੀ ਡੋਨੇਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ ਤਾਂ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਅਵੇਅਰਨੈਸ ਫਾਊਂਡੇਸ਼ਨ ਇੱਕ ਸੰਸਥਾ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕਿ ਭਾਰਤ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਪੜ੍ਹਾਈ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ, ਜਾਂ ਹੋਰ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਲੋੜਵੰਦ ਲੋਕ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਬੱਚੇ ਨੂੰ ਅਡਾਪਟ ਕਰਕੇ ਮਹੀਨੇ ਦੇ ਸਿਰਫ $35 ਲੱਗਦੇ ਨੇ, ਜਿਸ ਨਾਲ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਬੱਚੇ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਬਦਲ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਇਸ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲੈਣੀ ਹੋਏ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਵੈਬਸਾਈਟ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਅਵੇਅਰਨੈਸ ਫਾਊਂਡੇਸ਼ਨ 'ਤੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲੈ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ, ਜਾਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਫੋਨ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਸੋ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਸਮਾਪਤੀ, ਫਿਰ ਮੁਲਾਕਾਤ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। ਤਦ ਤੱਕ ਗੁੱਡ ਬਾਏ।